Alright, I'm back. Let's get into the workflow off the grams and onto the ZBrush. I don't, yeah, there we go. I'll still fully have this figured out. I should probably hold this more like it's a telephone, that way the audio quality doesn't go down. Put the hat more this way. I'm trying to be more relaxed when I do these. Can you tell? I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm proud. So right now I'm gonna open up ZBrush. I'm gonna get the Lightbox, and I'm gonna try to get the sculpting for us. I'm gonna sculpt a character called r.e.n. He's gonna be a character in my upcoming video game. I'm gonna explain what he is, who he is, the lore behind him, kind of the pseudo role in which he plays within the universe at large. Before I do that, I should probably give you guys the name of the video game I'm working on. This is a self-made, indie-published game. It's going to have a surrealist pseudo art style, but it's going to be built more around storytelling. You'll play as the champion of willpower, and you go around taking out bad people with a sword. So obviously action RPG. It's actually going to be a platform action-based RPG. It's going to take place in the modern era. This is probably a terrible idea to post publicly. I've actually created an entire paper role-playing game. It's in that book down there. It sucks. It needs to be worked on a little bit more. But I've built an entire world built around kind of like a pseudo pop fantasy, and I think that's going to be kind of a cool place to take settings. So instead of like castles, it's giant skyscrapers you're running around in, but they're like fantasy style giant skyscrapers take place inside of a pseudo modern world. The city in which it's going to take place is going to be called Los Gnosis. And the reason I'm giving it that name and I'm going with more of a fantasy like vibe is so you can have some really like just cool shit to like run and jump off of. I definitely want it to be like San Francisco though, and like LA, where there's just tons and tons of things to jump onto, and yeah, and develop. Sorry, I did a bad on Instagram, so I'm giggling at the results. Anyway, I gotta stop doing that. The problem is it's like an addiction. Just the longest time I couldn't feel comfortable using social media because of life circumstances. So this is kind of like a new high. It's probably dangerous. Probably isn't really acceptable for children or Noah's, but it's kind of nice. Anyway, the game is going to take place in the city of Los Gnosis. Gnosis, for those of you who don't know, it's a Greek word and it means knowledge through faith. And faith in this scenario isn't necessarily religious, although it can be within the Greek. It's more from doing or from actions. So like if you do the same thing over and over again and you learn from it, then that would be gnosis versus like philios and logos, which works for the game because I'm going to have a very fast-paced, hopefully, play. The thing I'm most worried about is the programming, actually, because of the dyslexia. I'm a very, very bad programmer, but I've taught myself a lot. I've also switched game engines midway through, so I had to change the name of the YouTube channel to a dumpster file for that reason, because basically what I'm going to be doing for the next several days is essentially it's going to be CGI. It's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be CGI. It's gonna be a lot of breakdown. I'm gonna be doing the abstraction still. They help me relax and get into a creative like workflow mode, which is very important because they have very very low. I don't know. They don't have to look like anything. Like, they can just be. They can just be in the moment. Anyway, so this character is going to be called r.e.n. He's not going to look that impressive, guys, for this, but I'm mostly building a base mesh. It's what I'm going to do with that base mesh that I think is going to be kind of cool. And this will probably be the base mesh for most of the characters in the game. Because I need to save time because I'm one guy. Yeah, this is going to be a weird pseudo freestyle talk about the game as I walk on him. r.e.n. is the chord of willpower, and he's essentially where willpower resonates from within the universe of Los Gnosis, the city I'm building, with this high pop. Pop as in pop culture, not as in pop music. I'm not a fan of pop music, so if you are more of a rock and roll and blues guy, really more blues, but I don't get to listen to as much blues because of just well, when I listen to blues, it's a full body experience. It's not just me listening to the blues. Like I can't sculpt while listening to like Buddy Guy or Muddy Waddles or Otis Redding. I do listen to a lot of music when I walk, but just not blues. Which is a real shame because I like blues, but I get swept away in it. Anyway, this is gonna be a rambly rant, like all of my videos are so far, with me just sculpting away the general shapes and forms. I'm trying to stay loose with this and very cartoony and stylized because I want the world to be stylized. Anyway, r.e.n. is the chord of willpower. He's an entity which literally resonates willpower into the world, and he's existed since the beginning of time. And he's what people pull for when they need drive and motivation and effort. And that's just as much the motivation for the good guys as it is the bad guys. And he chooses his champion a little differently than the other chords does. He chooses it built around whatever he finds to be the most entertaining and pseudo sadistic. But he can be a good guy too. He can actually help out every now and again, which I think is kind of puts him in a really cool spot by comparison to the other entities within the universe. The universe has a magic system that I'm actually quite proud of. So there's going to be magic in the game. It is going to be mostly action based. Think pseudo Breath of the Wild. I don't want to give away too much to what I want to do gameplay wise, because I'm pretty sure a more competent programmer could probably do it in like half the time that I could do it. And I'm pretty sure a more competent artist could come around. But the whole point of this drill is just to get competent, to become good enough. And I think the ideas are unique and different enough gameplay wise that it shouldn't be too boring for you guys. I don't know. I'm relying way too much on the move brush right now when I'm building up these base forms. But again, I want them to be super cartoony and stylized. Actually, I want all the characters to be very stylized in this world. I'm kind of tired of trying to do realistic stuff. I've been easing into it on the sculpting side of things, and I don't like really doing them. Like it's an important skill. I need to take some more time to do anatomy studies, but at this point in time, I can't keep doing anatomy studies and then doing like one midway through and then messing up and then like stylizing just like a few key areas, especially if I'm going to put it on ArtStation. Just ArtStation isn't really a social media. It's more of a sharing platform / trying to get jobs kind of a thing. Whereas like YouTube and Instagram, you can kind of get away with posting whatever you want. But I still want to post like stuff on like ArtStation and just say fuck it, because like I like being on ArtStation more than I do Instagram. Like I really enjoy the interactions I have on Instagram more than I do ArtStation, like with actual people, because people like respond and they like communicate and stuff a little bit better. And I'm not good at that, so it's nice that there are other people who know how to handle that, because I'm god awful at it, especially with text, because dyslexia. I don't always figure out how things emote. Okay, right now he's got a serious spine and neck problem going on. I gotta fix. But that's okay, 'cause that's why we do this in chunks. Actually, let me just... I like the head shape right now. I don't like the body shape, so I'm just going to go in and move them around. This is why I'm using different subtools. It's just so that I can be a little more loose with my finding of the body parts, and the angles, and the structural, and the form. Again, I want this art style to have its own kind of feel within the video games universe, and I want the characters to feel very heavily sculpted, so they feel very organic and very natural, but I want the world to be very like borderline brutalist architectural with like elements of like early modern movement of architectural. Give me one moment, guys. This is a really uncomfortable way to wear headphones. Like, I like having the hat on, but like this plus this doesn't really work. I have no other reason to wear this hat. Like, none. Like, I don't wear hats in public. I mean, I will soon, because male pattern baldness happens to all of us, and it just sucks. Okay, it doesn't happen to all of us. It only happens to a few of us. Papisha will slow it down. So hopefully I don't need this until like I'm in my 40s. But yeah, it also depends upon your testosterone levels and a bunch of other things, because it has to do with protein synthesis on the hair. Anyway, moving on from my problems back onto the art piece. I'm going to build up this character's torso. Right now, it still looks too effeminate, in my opinion. I'm not saying that r.e.n couldn't be a more effeminate character, but I think he needs to have more of a masculine style build, so we're going to build it up, just so that he's more menacing. I don't want him to be that. Sarah Maz will be a more feminine character, so there's going to be female characters. Also, too, if I was going to have him show off more feminine energy, it'd be more to, like, as like a freak out kind of thing, just because it's kind of like the Joker if the Joker was a demigod. So... Oh, and if the Joker's goal wasn't just to kill people, but more just to cause minute chaos, if that makes sense to you guys. That's what I'm going for with him. I'm also gonna... My plan for the build is to take a very basic base mesh, put multiple masks around his head representing all the different aspects of willpower, all the different aspects of drive through all the different faces, and then I'm gonna paint him black and white with a hazeous smoke emission over the head and background, and then that should allow me to do some pretty like crazy things with him, is my opinion. Like, it will allow me to I'll have the mask where I'll have different masks, and my plan is to like change and contort them, and then he wears robes like I'm wearing now, and bunny slippers, and then he's got chains on his arm that pull in all 4 directions. And I think the idea of using that pushing and pulling symbolism, the drive and the push inside of him will be a nice way to kind of show off his duality, in a sense, as well as his more chaotic nature just in the beginning, with a smoke-like glow over the white side. It's kind of black and foggy, and on the black side of his body have a white fogginess, and have his face always covered up by different masks representing different types of desire and the different ways that energy can influence itself within the physical world, and how people can be taken by it. That's the plan anyway. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys or not, but it sounds cool. It sounds cool enough. Let me go if it is. I forgot that's the icon I meant to hit. Okay. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I know ZBrush from like a sculpting standpoint very, very well, but I need to learn the actual software. Like, I'm a digital artist, but like I'm really just an artist who does things only exclusively digitally because of like the age I'm in. Like, and I don't like relying on just the technology. I just go around and I move chaotically. Very, very much so being a chaos, like r.e.n here is. What else can I tell you about r.e.n? He controls the Dominion known as the Sketch, which is a black and white spherical like shaped universe with a gray middle area where things fade and fade out of existence. It's a creation type world surrounded by endless chaos, and on its inner rings are endless little spiraling towers. There are sketch lines, and they look sort of like pencils protruding in and out of a small sphere. Yeah, I'm going to be using a lot of pop cultural and modern symbolism to detect these guys, so it becomes kind of its own model and ideology. So you can look at a piece and you can know, yep, that's what that chord represents, or that bank, or that meme, one of the 3 different factions of demigods. There's a lot of influence here being ripped off, just straight up ripped off by H.P. Lovecraft. Like I'm gonna own all of my steals here, but I'm doing more of a cosmic comedy than a horror, because while the fear of the unknown is a legitimate and greatly strong fear, it's also nothing really to be afraid of at all, as hypocritical as that might sound. Yeah. If anyone, by the way, has any tips on like how I should do this battle, feel free. I'm not one to bite anyone's head off on how I'm sculpting this stuff while I'm doing it. Even with the YouTube side of things, I do have a very specific vision of me just becoming very comfortable speaking on here. Like that's the main reason I'm gonna keep doing these. It's not even necessarily from the standpoint of you guys. As much as I love likes, I love follows, I love views, I love clout. Bring me all the clout. But my main goal is just to create something kind of cool. This video might not make it on the ArtStation immediately, or if it does, it will be base mesh for r.e.n. Maybe I'll call it. I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. Does anyone else ever feel like that? Like you're stuck in an endless. If you're watching my fullest video, I'm continuing that rant right now. But does anyone else feel like they never know what they're doing? I feel like everyone doesn't know what they're doing. I feel like everyone's just kind of like, I don't know, endlessly drifting. First, I thought I wasn't. Like I was like, no, I have this purpose, this art. But like even that's just a drift. You know, an area. I want to learn everything I can about Unreal. I also want to, next time I'm using my thumb and my finger, my index to measure out things on my art piece and to use it and to pivot almost like a straight edge. And a minute ago I pushed way too hard on my screen, so that's probably a bad habit. I also discussed it beforehand. I need to stop looking at you. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're beautiful, even though I can't see you, and just a camera in front of my face, and I'm probably blocking it with my hands, but I have a Cintiq, not an Intuos, so there's no reason for me to be looking at my built-in screen camera model versus this, but I'm gonna look at this, and also it prevents me from fidgeting, which actually helps stabilize your shoulder and your hand movements, and it also occasionally gets me into the nasty habit of using my wrist instead of my big old shoulder blade muscles. So I'm really like just grinding it out. I gotta fucking hide my phone, Jesus. Fucking little junkie. Okay. Anyway. Let me just go back here. Let me straighten out the hips a bit more, because they should be more square. Yeah, there we go. That's way better. Okay, and I didn't want to hide you. I just wanted you to go away. Okay. Honestly, let's just go crazy here. Grab the snake hook brush. Pull that out. We're just gonna build the whole forearm today out of this one piece. I don't want to do the insert mesh brush and all of that. Alright, you snake hook brush. I'm gonna thicken you up. We're gonna thicken you up. I don't know what I was doing there. Just gonna sing for you guys, but then I remembered I don't really want to do that, so we're not gonna sing for you guys. Again, r.e.n. is gonna be this chaos like demigod, so he's gonna have these kind of well, I think he's a pretty cool character. I think you guys are gonna like him. if I can pull them off and if I can make it. If not, the YouTube channel is called Dumpster Fire for a reason. I'm just making mistakes, as many as possible, as many happy little accidents, so that I can just improve and become a better artist, make stuff. And I'm gonna try to do these, by the way, every day. Like, they might not get posted every day, but I'm gonna film them every day, so they're not going anywhere. You guys might hate me for it, but that's the route I'm going. So just don't click on them when you scroll through on the app or on your phone. On an ArtStation if you don't want them. And if you Instagram people, you guys are lucky, because I don't know how to post on Instagram. I don't know what I'm doing on Instagram at all. I know I'm getting a warmer reception, a lot more followers, a lot more views. I have no idea why. Actually, I kind of do. There's probably more people on there, and they don't really understand the technical stuff, so they can't like look at it and be like, that is wrong. Whereas you guys can, except for the abstract stuff, because it's like, I can't do anything wrong. It's an abstract piece. Okay, you can probably do something wrong. I still don't know what makes a good one or a bad one. I keep making them, and I keep like expecting I'm gonna figure out what people like about it, so I can make something more enjoyable for people. And I have no idea what you people like or don't like. I'm just adrift. Then this is terrible. I should have used multiple subtools like I always do. We're gonna keep going with this though, because like I need to learn regardless, and I need to experiment. But this is probably gonna. Oh god, what time is it? This might drag out to the point where it's like I got a 30-minute video vlog of what I'm working on. Anyway, I should probably go with the magic system. So basically, there were 3 classes of like magic wielding entities from like a name perspective. Well, no, there's 4. There's cryptics, which are like monsters made from resonation, which is the magic. There are strings, which are people who can resonate, humans like me and you, or other various creatures who have the ability naturally gifted in them, and it hasn't changed their chemical makeup or their structure enough to be a cryptic. Cryptics are like it's a form of like degradation process from like people either abusing the magic too much, not having full control over it, or just pure stupidity. And that's kind of how the system works towards them. This makes it out like I can't do arms. I've done plenty of arms and musculature, but man, today it's just not my day to do arms. I should have done a study beforehand. I really should have. But that's not what we can do. We can't waste time thinking about what we're doing. We just got to do it, right? Just mess up. I'm looking at that camera again. I already said I don't want to, because normally I sit facing heel. Normally I use my shoulder blade muscles. Bad form. You guys are a bad influence. I say this, but meanwhile I also stated, you guys are actually helping me learn how to socialize and communicate without an endless array of anxiety, even if none of you watch. Because you could be an audience of like 12 million people, or like just like 2 people. I'm also going to do this one not sleepy. And I'm also doing this one almost appearing like a professional. Almost. But I don't really want to be a professional. Just want to make cool art that people enjoy. Like, the professionality of it is kind of like this ridiculous pseudo thing I don't think is really needed. Talent's what should be needed. Skill should be what's needed. If not, fuck off, get somebody else. I don't know. But the way you're structuring it probably comes off as mean-spirited. I don't really mean it like that, and I don't really mean to upset anyone by stating that truth. But I don't. I'm so tired of I just want to make something good. I don't really want to worry about the rest. Well, I want to make something that I enjoy making and that other people enjoy consuming. So if you don't enjoy consuming this, then fuck off. But if you enjoy consuming this, or you enjoy liking it, or you get something out of it, then great. And if there's something I do it, ruins it for you or takes it away from you, let me know. Like I can change somewhat. Like if this isn't like a rigid thing, like it depends. But like my main goal is again just I want to get good. Like I like getting good. I like when I can do a sculpt 8 to 10 days in a row, and I come in the next day and it's like it just becomes that much easier. That much more interesting, that much more amazing, that much more fantastic. It's the grind. It's actually very enjoyable for me. It's not even just the grind; it's the art process itself. Again, I'm ranting about art when I'm supposed to be trying to hype up my game, but I'm not. Really, I'm not really sure what anyone likes or not. Anyway, I should just done the 2D concept for you guys. That way I could have also brought in the image and structured it out. If I redo r.e.n from beginning to scratch like 8 times within the period of my life, will I really be that disappointed in myself? No, not really. Well, it'd be frustrating and weird and piss a lot of people off probably. But I don't know. I have a good idea with this character. I think. Anyway, I'm trying to remember where the mirror button is. Yeah, that we're getting close, guys, to bedtime. We're getting close to beddy bye time. If I would have taken a nap earlier in the day, like I normally do, this wouldn't be the case. But we're really close to beddy bye time. Yeah. At least someone liked the wheel. I felt more comfortable giving the people the style poem than I did you guys. I don't know why. I think it's because of my experience with DeviantArt. Like I expect like high-end artists to be snobs, but apparently some digital artists are snobs too. And I don't mean that like there's anything wrong with only liking that style, but I actually got some new comments. No, it was fine. I just deleted them, and I can handle those in the moment of them. But I found out like a lot of people don't necessarily like the more weird stuff. There's a limit, there's a tolerance within each community, and I'm not sure that ArtStation is the place for it, or if YouTube's the place for it. We're gonna try it. Like I said, I am gonna do it on you. I felt more comfortable with the ArtStation people because I just geeked out with somebody on Instagram about so it was a little easier for me to embrace the inner chaos and do a pseudo. Well, it wasn't even really a poem. I decided making sounds. Yeah, I mean, that is what a poem is. But it was fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I don't know if anyone else is, but fuck everyone else. I don't know. Not really. Some of you might be ugly or unattractive. I'll be mad. Oh, that'd be disgusting. But outside of that, fuck everyone else, but not like in a sexual way. Because again, ew. Yeah. Trying to make jokes here and failing. All right, back to talking about my character r.e.n here. With r.e.n, I'm gonna try to he's gonna be the main entity in which you're gonna interact with. He's gonna be the tutorial kind of pseudo-god. Yeah, no, actually, I was talking about the magic system. I was breaking down the classes. So anyway, it goes cryptics, humans, which are beings that can use magic. Gods, the form of chords, which are you have chords. You have memes, and you have banks, which are 3 sub-fractions of them. They each have their own creation story, but essentially they can just resonate uber amounts, and humans can't really do anything but either work with them, whereas with cryptics, they're perceived as being dangerous. Sometimes because they become sub-fractions, and some sub-fractions are believed to be dead, because the chords on average don't like that, and the chords are the oldest faction, which is what r.e.n is from. He's the chord of willpower. Anyway, magic's called resonation, and it works by merging the inner world of the subconscious with the physical world of reality through a process known as resonating, which gets kind of complicated. But essentially, I have a way to balance out the fact that it's literally universe manipulation, by making it where the world is essentially sticky to some parts of the subconscious and the inner world, and other parts are not. And for a string to perform what would be a spell in another universe, it's called a beat in mine. It's done via a down action, a pause action, and then an end action, and it has to be done through a normal physical interaction with the world. Well, there's also a class system within the strings, which are the main, which are the humans that use magic. And essentially, what ends up happening is the person's inner chaos connects to the world's inner logic and reasoning, and their inner logic reasoning connects to the universe's chaos. And they flip temporarily. The area in which a beat can take over, the amount of logic and reasoning somebody put in a beat, and how quickly somebody can do a beat is all depending upon their class, their structure, how well they train at it, and an energy cost which would be natural from their body. So for example, you want to punch something really, really fast, well, it's going to feel like you punch something really, really fast. If you want to lift up a really heavy car, well, you're probably going to want to be with the physics class, which is one of the 3 main classes. It is a classless RPG from your perspective as the player. I would make that also clear, and you're going to have actually, like, I hate to make this very lame for you guys, but because I'm making it myself, you're going to have the magic that I give you, and the enemies are going to have the magic I give them. And well, like, from a lore perspective, everyone theoretically could use these spells and abilities. You cannot. So, but luckily for you, you're kind of like a weird subcategory of class that can use all these different abilities because your patron is r.e.n, and he allows you to use your willpower directly because you're the string of will, and you're not affected by the other class limitations. You are affected by the limitations, but you resonate more evenly within the tetragram of power, which I will draw for you guys eventually. Yeah, I'm having a hard time sculpting and talking, so we're probably gonna end this one short before I finish this guy up tomorrow. And we will finish it up tomorrow. And yes, I will hit quick save and not save it like a normal person, and because it'll be the next thing I work on. Which maybe I'll save it like a normal person. I need to set up file management for it. Yesterday I spent most of the day programming. But no, I didn't spend most of the day programming. I spent most of the day trying to program because of Unreal, and posting. But I tried to spend most of the time in the game engine. Anyway, the point here being is that anyway, there were three main classes, and then within the tetragram you resonate each one slightly differently, and each one gives you a specific limitations built around what aspects of yourself you can pour into the physical world and have connect with your physical reality, which is amplified by your beat's structure. Not to get too complicated with it, although I have a book down there. I have a book of a magic system that I haven't used, that I've been writing over the last several years consistently and continuously because there's something wrong with me to a game that will probably never get made, and I am talking to you about a game that will probably never get made, but I'm working on it. You can at least see that I'm trying to make it. Anyway, the tetragram of power is a structure that allows you to easily see. So anyway, it's built up of the 3 main classes and then 3 subclasses, and then there's 3 more ultra rare classes that I'll get into in a minute. The first class is known as Rifters, and Rifters have time-based abilities, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they slow down time or they go back in time, but it can. Theoretically, it doesn't happen with strings, but it can happen with cryptics. It can happen with chords, and that's the level of like power you don't normally touch. Except for like slowing down to the point where you can stop bullets. Like you can do Matrix level stuff, but you can't do like I'm going back to the point before I was born. But you can slow down to like the speed of bullets. You can interact with the world in that kind of way. For your main character, it's going to be mostly main combat stuff, dealing with enemies, moving around. I have this cool onion skin like idea inside my head. It's going to be freaking great if I can pull it off. If not, well then I can't. And I'll get these are very ranty. I should plan these out better, but I also have to work every day on this, and I work a 40-hour job, so I have to program, sculpt, animate, study, and train, which is why I'm just pumping these out. The real reason I'm making these videos is I don't want to work on a project for 7 years and not have anyone get anything out of it. I want you guys to at least have something resembling a final product, just so you guys can at least experience the creativity with me. Well, I don't know, maybe somebody can get something out of it, even if I fail. And I'm probably gonna fail epically because we're shooting for the moon. Especially because I don't work with other people anymore. I used to. Well, I used to think I did. Anyway, I just still end up doing most of the work. Anyway, that isn't me complaining. I don't have. I should have been doing most of the work because I put myself out there. There's no regrets on my end, and I don't have any problems with anyone who gave up because it's fairly reasonable and understandable. I miss having people to talk to about the project, and I miss having people who are more educated on the programming side of things. And sometimes it gets really lonely when you put 6 hours a day after work into art, and then 14 to 16 hours a day into work after that, plus for a while there, plus schooling. And so it's slowly killing me. It was slowly killing me for a while there. I mean, it's not anymore, but like it was bad. Sorry. Anyway, these are basically mental breakdowns on videos. It's terrible. I'm enjoying my process. And I'm enjoying my chaos, and I'm learning a lot from it. But I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice. I'm gonna grab the pinch brush though. First new brush, yay! If I would have started this earlier, I'd be way farther than this. If I would have taken my nap today, I would have been way farther than this. I'm so glad I got to work tomorrow at the normal time instead of whatever weird thing they were gonna do. Man. Anyway, I'm yeah. The other thing too is I don't have anything to talk about outside of art anymore. Like, this is being real. Like, I love every aspect of this, but like unless I'm talking to another artist, I have nothing to talk to anyone about. Like, I was talking to my best friend the other day, who's probably subscribed to this channel. If not, it's John. If it's John, congratulations, you subscribed before Bryce did. So I know who the other subscriber is because It told me, but it didn't tell me that I have 2 subscribers. It might be at he was already subscribed. And he was asking me about movies and stuff, and it's like I couldn't even think about the last movie I saw because I've been doing this. And I'm not good. Like, I want to make this very clear. I don't think I'm good yet. I want to be good, but I'm not. But I'm enjoying the process so much that I'm not giving up either. But it's like, I don't know. It's very hard to talk to people outside of this because this is what I've been doing for the last year and a half or so. I'm just getting the striations of the muscles or trying to figure out where they are ahead of time and trying to define different aspects of the legs with creases. I'm also trying to figure out how to get the shape. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. These jokes are really uncomfortable. Sorry guys. I was doing really good on the last video. Like, let's be real. These are live. We're gonna have weird incidences. We're gonna have very uncomfortable moments throughout all of them if you stick around long enough. They'll get really uncomfortable, but they'll be kind of cool. I don't know. I'll probably do one of these at the end where it's just like a synopsis of what I'm doing with like the video sped up over top. But I need to learn how to edit the videos too for that. And it's like if there's not that many people interested in it, then it's better for me just to focus on the talking in a way to like keep myself forced to walk every day. A way of holding myself to a higher degree of accountability. As well as a way to, I don't know, squeeze out a little extra dopamine, which is important for focus and concentration. Believe it or not, if you're not actually getting that joy rush, which it's not really a joy drug, it's a concentration and drug from your brain, and it makes you do more of things. Anyway, it's very important for focus. It's very important for concentration. It's very important for learning. So I'm hoping by just making these videos, I'm doing that. I'm adding stress because it's both the bad feeling drugs in your brain and the good feeling drugs in your brain going off at the same time. From a neurological perspective, makes learning, and that's why drill sergeants are both dicks to the people that they push around on the field, and also like super nice. Just look at Bob Ross, right? Like. Yeah, both of those. Yeah, think about it. You don't think he was a drill? No, he was actually a drill sergeant. I could be wrong on that. I know he was in the Air Force. I need to watch the damn documentary, which everyone keeps telling me is really, really good. Don't ruin it for me. Just don't. I want to see it for myself. I'm sure it's fucking amazing. All the Netflix documentaries are great. Whether it be Tiger King. Well, my favorite, Abstractor. I think it's called Abstractor. Maybe it's just called Abstract. And I always misname it, but that one I really, really enjoyed. Yeah, I should have been more experimental with this earlier. Although now I kind of know what I want to do with it. Is it too late? No, it's never too late. Unfortunately, by making my own deadlines, I can choose to hold it back forever if I want to, which is also terrifying. I'm learning a lot though. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like my art's really improved since I started posting on ArtStation, like dramatically. And maybe it's because I'm focusing more on my art, and because there is a clear deadline, because I am gonna have to go to bed eventually. That it's helping me. I know. If anyone's been following me on there or on Instagram, let me know. Now, if you think I'm improving at a fast rate, or if I need to push myself a little harder. The problem is I was juggling the programming, the animation, and the game design for just so long, and the writing. Because I used to actually be a pretty decent writer, not a normal writer like a script writer. I'm sorry this is so ranty, guys. Like, I tried. The first video wasn't that bad. It was kind of like a nice upbeat rant. I feel like I'm beating myself down, beating you guys down. We're gonna come back. I look, mistakes and all. This is what this YouTube channel is. This is what my ArtStation is. This is what my Instagram is. It's not gonna be curated. It's not gonna be filtered. There's no fluff here. I'm not trying to be anyone I'm not. I'm trying to figure out who the hell I am. I'm trying to figure out how to express that as efficiently as possible, and I'm trying to figure out how to make something that is valuable to you guys, period. Because if I can't make value for you guys, then I can't make value for an employer. I can't make value for anything. If I say the wrong thing in that time period, I'm just going to have to apologize and cross my fingers. If I keep holding back, limiting, not putting my stuff out there because I don't feel it's good enough, then I'm just always going to be holding back. And that can't happen. There's no more cop-outs. Okay, this is life. Life. Like, I'm putting a lot of time into this. There's no more cop-outs. I'm not learning fast enough. I gotta study harder. If I'm not putting my stuff out there well enough, then I gotta work harder. I'm not basing my success off of monetary reward. I'm basing it off of if I can make somebody else feel the way I felt when I played Spyro for the first time when I was like 5 or 3. That's my goal. If I can do that to one person, I win. Okay, and it's worth everything. If I can't do that, then I'm gonna try really fucking hard to come close. And that's kind of where I'm at with this. I've said it out loud. It's a really fucking terrifying idea, but it's completely true. And so yeah, these videos are gonna be weird. My art's gonna be weird. You guys will probably hate this. When I say you guys, I'm expecting like less than what I got from the last couple of videos. Because the last couple of videos I posted were terrible, like just horrible. And the algorithm is built around click rate, which is how quickly somebody pauses off, and how often in the beginning do I start with alright guys, and I like try to ease myself into this level of comfort where I can be vulnerable versus where I am now. Like, that's a big difference. Like, this is huge. And it's huge because I'm looking away from the camera right now because like I'm just pretending you don't exist and I'm in my own little world right now. And that somehow is helping me, but it's also it takes a while because like I come home from work, right? And I have this like mask on my face and I'm not expressing myself. I'm not saying anything because I'm afraid I'm gonna say wrong, right? And you gotta focus. So that's 8 hours a day. I come home, I see my mother, my brother. I do the chores, I take care of them, but I can't talk to them about art or CGI or animation, what's going on there, because I have to worry about what's going on in their lives and taking care of them. And I like that and all, but like that like my mom doesn't know what I'm talking about half the time. Most people don't know what the hell I'm talking about right now. You probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about most of the time. You guys probably don't get what I'm saying. My brother doesn't. So I'm kind of stuck in this place where if I do talk to him, it means nothing. They haven't studied it. They haven't experienced it that way. I have no real way of expressing what I'm going through, and I have no real way of making them feel like I feel. So I'm just, adamantly trying to get there. I can't communicate or express in those ways. I can empathize with people way better than most people do, but I can't get the expression part right. And so it's kind of like a fun, like little mini challenge for my brain. I keep referring myself as neurotypical, but I think the proper term is neurodivergent and neurotypical, like you people, unless you're neurodivergent like me. But there's something to it, like I don't know, like I don't know. I'm on a rant again, but my point here is that I am trying. I'm trying really, really hard. I don't really know how to express what I'm doing or what I'm going through, but I'm trying to. And I can't do it through normal means because I am not a fucking normal person. And again, I'm looking away because not just because the screen's here, but because I'm very uncomfortable about this. Hopefully you guys like this. This is probably get no views, which is kind of helping me. So don't view the video, don't like, don't subscribe, don't pay attention. Whatever you do, this is a dumpster fire. It is on trash, on fire, big smoke. Avoid at all cost. Tell your friends, tell your family. Do not follow, do not like, do not subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna put this up now, because if I don't put it up, it's a cop out. But it's okay if you don't want to watch these, because they're gonna be really fucking weird, and probably pretty shitty for a very, very long time. And hopefully, if you do watch it, you got something out of it. I think if you've made it this far, you've had to have gotten something out of it, even if it's a couple of chuckles here and there, because I'm weird. Weird. Anyway, have a good one, guys. We'll hit the quick save. I don't want to. I'm probably gonna delete this and start all over. No, we don't want to do that. Actually, can we just Control Alt Tab? Yeah, that's my eyepiece from earlier. Okay, Control Alt Tab. I just need to turn off OBS. Oh, watch OBS has been recording this entire time. I could totally see it. I could totally no, I didn't luck out. My subconscious wants to cop out right now. No, all right.